Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Eboni Harris, and I'm a serial entrepreneur based in Houston, Texas. So today is, I don't even know, week 4 maybe of the accountability week. Hi, whoever jumped in. So we'll be reviewing last week. I'm realizing as we continue to do this that Thursdays are just a struggle for me. I'm very good at the beginning of the week. By the end of the week, I'm consumed in whatever I'm doing, and it makes it a little bit difficult for me to jump on Thursday. So we'll take Mondays to go over what we're doing for the week, as well as review what happened last week. Ignore my plant who's so sad. Oh, look at these pretty flowers. Anyways, ignore my plant. It's very sad. It's been in here all weekend. It's been cold, and I haven't watered it, and so it'll perk up possibly throughout the day, well, throughout this live, but typically by the end of the day, it'll be a lot happier. Anyway, so I just want to review last week. Last week was a struggle. I will say I was not as accountable, or I did not do as much as I needed, but I did do a lot. And so actually, I'm going to go through and kind of check off the stuff. So it's the same as the week before. I had about 30 things that I needed to get done. And I got lots of things done, but I did struggle because I tend to spend a lot of time doing other things. Like this weekend was Valentine's Day weekend, and me and my partner didn't really do anything, but because of lots of reasons. But then I did a Galentine's Day on Saturday that I hosted for my friends, which is why I have flowers. Because I have flowers all over my house right now. And while it was just a dinner, I wanted to try to make it special, so I made like little take home gifts for each person that came, as well as like a centerpiece. And so for that reason, I was spending a lot of time like prepping for that toward the end of the week. And I was just coming off of my first Fridays. Um, and so I'm trying my best to be as productive as I can, at the beginning of the week, which is one of my goals this week. So this week, I'm going out of town, but not until Saturday. But I know that Thursday I already kind of have some things set up. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, along with seeing clients on Tuesday and Wednesday. So still just trying to get as much stuff done as possible. So that is what I'm doing. But let's review what I did last week. So I do have my board up in the right direction now. And so I'm able to look at what was able to get done and what needs to be moved to this week. So I did clean up a little bit, not as much as possible. I needed to. I did do my hair. My hair looks completely different than it did last week. I worked out. I think I only worked out once last week. I'm supposed to work out 3 times. I worked out 1 time last week. I did. Oh wait, this isn't the right. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing, but a lot of the stuff is the same. Let's see. I did emails. I was needing to pull clips from one of my talks, but what I ended up doing is just editing the talk, uploading it to social media or to YouTube, and then I sent it to my social media manager and just told them to pull the clips. Just because it was going to take me too long, and I have to always think about like, okay, I'm paying these people to post for me. Typically, I give them everything they need to post. They don't really have to do a lot, but they do offer like, we'll chop up your videos. We'll create all the content, the posts. They're supposed to do all of that, but because it's just I'm trying to get into a system and a habit so that I can make it if I'm working with them or if I'm not working with them. I have a system that works as far as how I get new content or whatever. So that's why I've been kind of doing it myself. But all that to say, I did a lot of the work myself, but I was like, I don't have time to cut through and clip all of these clips for social media. It's about 10 to 15 clips. So what I did is I just ended up sending them the document and saying, hey, this is what I got as far as what needs to be clipped. Can you clip them? And they said yes. So I don't have to do that. So that's great. And I need to make sure I keep that in mind that like some of those tedious tasks I don't have to do. I do like going through and choosing the clips and then letting somebody else do that work. So I did send out a newsletter about my intensives to let people know that it's open and they can apply if they want to be a part of the intensive next month. I did my taxes. I turned in all of the paperwork for all of my taxes for all 3 of my businesses. Yes, for all 3 of my businesses, as well as my personal taxes. I am a W-2 employee of one of my businesses. So I had to turn in all the taxes stuff. And they sent me actually all of the invoices, and I have to go back and look at that this week. I turned in some stuff for my program, got some stuff critiqued, things like that. I did talk to a client because we needed to figure out how we're going to move forward because they wanted to move forward, but they've been struggling with paying. And so we're back on track with that. There are 2 clients I need to do some work for, so I'm going to focus on that this week. as well as I need to do a couple things like adding some stuff to my website. I'm having a meeting with my business partner for one of our businesses today so we can review our plan for an event that we're hosting. I did my Valentine's Day and so yeah, so I did a lot. There were a few big things that I didn't do. So this week I'm approaching it a lot different. So one of the things that if you've learned about any type of professional development and goals, they always say like do the hard thing first, right? And especially when you have more energy. And I tend to do that to an extent. But lately it's been I do the hard thing and then I stop and then I'm moving on to like tedious tasks. So this week I'm very focused on, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday being my big like get stuff done, and specifically the first few hours of the day. So I plan to today, like specifically today, I need to create content for my LinkedIn. So that's what I'll be doing today for the next couple hours. I have a meeting at 12, so really for the next hour and a half, I'll be doing that, and or like 2 hours, yeah. So I'll be creating my content and research it, create it, record it, edit, schedule. All of that will be done today, this morning. I have a meeting, so that I have to kind of put that on the schedule for today. But then once I do that, I have to do some research. I want to start having like little clips about like research around the work that I do and how it impacts businesses and organizations and employees and things like that. So I need to do some more research to learn to get more statistics and, numbers, because people like numbers. I need to go ahead and do some research on identifying my target businesses and the employees that work at those businesses. I have a few, but I need to get a larger list so I can have enough people, make sure I have good people to engage with. I need to research and apply for 2 conferences. So I have a list of conferences. So I need to go back to that list, see what I need. One of the things I knew I needed was a speaker reel. And I had 2 speaking engagements that were coming up. One of them got canceled because of the storm, that winter storm. And the other one, it's not that great, the video, but I'm still going to use it. What I'm going to do is like, it's going to be less of me talking and more of just a reel of who I am, what I do, and how I help, with some clips of me talking, but not as much as I wanted. So I need to get that done. So because I need to apply for 2 conferences this week. So that's something I'm going to hire out to do the reel. I just need to find somebody that can actually implement the reel in a way that I want it to be implemented. I am going to outline 3 webinar topics because in April, I'm planning to host a webinar series, and I want to get 50 people signed up for that. So I need to have the outline of the topics so that I can start to get people signed up for those webinars. I need to reach out to 2 potential clients who a week ago said they were interested in working with me. And so I need to reach out and set up a meeting with them. I need to go through some of my programs so that I make sure I'm reaching out in a good way and that aligns with the program. And then I have some work to do for my clients. So those are the things I have to do for my business. The main one I'm trying to grow. My other businesses are kind of at a stability place. They're very like, as long as I show up with the current clients I have, as long as I'm like responding to emails and customer service, I'm pretty consistent with that. I also have an assistant that helps me with one of those businesses. So a lot of the stuff that I need to do, it just kind of flows. This business is the one that needs to take a little bit more work. So with the other business, like I said, I have a meeting to plan an event. I need to review my listings for people that have signed up for the website, as well as talking to my business partner about hiring a bookkeeper, because she offered us a deal to say like, hey, just let me come in monthly, pay me this much, and I'll make sure that all your stuff stays together so you don't have to pay me so much at the end of the year. And then personal, just work with my clients and check my emails, make sure I'm on top of that. And then, my private practice. And then personally, I just need to clean my house. I'm doing a laundry service for my friend. We picked today, so I'm going to double check with her that I can go ahead and book it for today. I need to scan in some paperwork, get something notarized, and then I need to work out. So this week is a lot less, but heavy on the business that I'm supposed to be growing. So I'm deciding, because what happens for me, and if anybody feels this or has had this experience, sorry, it feels so high. What happens for me is I am a planner. I love strategy. I love creating the systems and all that kind of stuff. But then when it comes to the step of actually like engaging with people, and again, I'm an introvert, but when it comes to the step of like engaging with people, having conversations, being, reaching out to people that you've never met or that you don't know, that is why I struggle. And so that's what I've been it's only been like a week or two, but that's what I've been kind of pushing off. Like, well, I don't know what to do, and I don't know what the steps are. I know what to do. I know and even yesterday I was like, well, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, so maybe that's my struggle. And I did a little bit of research, and I was like, but you do. You know what steps you can take right now. You may not know the end steps, but you know these next 2 or 3 steps. You need to do those next 2 or 3 steps. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really heavily focusing on what creates that discomfort for me. So I'm starting with something that doesn't, which is the creating the content and posting. That's not that difficult for me. So I'm going to do that first. But then after that, I'm getting my list of people and I need to start engaging with them. Because the whole point of me being in this program that I'm in, the whole point of me taking this new direction with my business is to get new clients. That's the goal, right? Is to get new clients in this new business, to shift my energy and my focus there. And so that's what I need to do. So I need to take care of my current clients. I do have current clients that pay me every month. I need to take care of them, but I need to be spending a big chunk of my time on trying to get new clients. So I literally broke down these 4 different areas of my life, which is operationally, which is my business consulting business, Melanin and Mental Health, which is my therapist marketing and Black and Brown community mental health business, and EMA, which is my private practice where I see clients, and then my personal. I broke each of those down into how many hours am I going to spend on each of these businesses, and I'm going to try to stick with that. So that's it all. This is a short video. I did want to say something about like discipline. One of the things that I have continued to work on, and I know to be true, but I always struggle with, is motivation versus discipline. And I could talk to anybody about this. I can let anybody know that you don't need motivation, you need discipline. Because motivation is like this internal thing that you're waiting on to push you to do something, where discipline is just the habits that you've built. And a lot of times what happens is, because we're waiting on motivation, we're not really doing any work in between. Whereas if you have discipline, you can do things that push you forward, even if you don't have that creative motivation, right? And I think about, even to the point of me, you said, I'm going to work on these social media posts. I might not have like a clear motivation of like, okay, what do I want to talk about on social media this week? I don't know. What I do know is when I get ideas, I write it down. And what I do know is on Mondays, I go through that list, pick one idea, create 3 pieces of content, and post that every Monday for the week. I would like to start doing it once a month, but this is just where I'm at right now. I do it on Mondays and I get it done. I don't necessarily have to have the motivation today to want to share this specific message. Maybe I had the motivation on last Thursday, but I already had my post for the week. So what I could have did last Thursday when I had the motivation is just write down as much as I can, maybe even record a quick video of me talking about the thing. And that way, when I get to Monday, I already kind of have all of the details where I can just quickly plug the stuff in, right? But if I don't have motivation, what I know is one of my discipline, one of my habits is, when you get an idea, write it out. When you get an idea, write it down. You can flesh it out later. You can flesh it out on Monday during your set time that you're going to be using to post, right? So that's what I'm focusing on. And I'm really trying to create, again, I love planning. I love the strategy. So I'm trying to make sure I keep track of like, what are the things that you're doing regularly as you build this new business, right? I'm doing it by myself. I have a few helpers and people helping me with the client side of it, but building the business part, I'm kind of doing by myself. What do I need to do all the time? What is helping build the business, get new clients, things like that? And then from there, as I keep track of these steps, then I'll start to figure out, what do I need to delegate and who needs to do what as we start getting new clients coming in. So that's what I'm really trying to work on, is making sure that I'm keeping track of every single thing that comes with the business, every single thing that I'm doing. And again, what I'm doing to grow the business will not probably be the same as what I do to maintain the business. Because some of the stuff I was doing, like I had to update my LinkedIn profile because I hadn't used my LinkedIn in years. I don't need to do that all the time. Like I might do that once a quarter, once every 6 months, whatever, just to review and see if there's any like wins I need to add or any new ways I need to talk to my clients. But that's not something I need to do on a regular basis. That's just like an audit every so often to check in on the business and see what's going on there. When it comes to setting up the new systems that I have for clients. Like I have a current system for my clients when I work with small businesses, but as I start to move into work with corporate clients, I need to create a different type of system. So that's a lot of work on the front end that I won't need to continue to do at the back end, right? Once we get the business going and things like that. So those are things that I'm thinking about, like what are things that are going to be ongoing parts of my business? Client outreach, proposals, discoveries, contracts, those type of things that I know I'm going to have to continue to repeat. That's what I want to make sure I'm keeping track of. Content creation to engage with people, things like that. The other stuff that I'm kind of working on just to build the business and have it look like a legitimate consulting, corporate consulting business, because it's already a business consulting for small businesses. That stuff is kind of one-offs. So that's what I'm doing, to try to make sure I'm recognizing like What systems do I need to put in place? What are the habits that I'm needing to have to make sure that I'm continuing to grow the business? And what's things, I might need a little extra motivation from before, but it's not like an ongoing thing. And if it's something that I do multiple times, it's something that I'm trying to build a system into, right? If it's something that I've done more than once, I need to create a system. And so that's where my mindset is as I'm in the beginning stages of this new shift into corporate clientele. But I want to make sure that I'm getting clear on what is discipline versus what is motivation. So that's all. I just want to do a quick little rant. I appreciate anyone for joining, for watching the rewatch. Let me know in the comments, what are your goals for the week? How are you doing with continuing to meet your goals every week? Put that in the comments. Let me know what's happening with you, and I will see you all next week. That's all. Bye.